Hello everyone, welcome to Pithia's Prophecy Tarot. This is a general reading for the full moon in Virgo, which is happening tomorrow, the early hours of tomorrow morning, March 3rd, and I will be putting this out on March the 4th. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with Pisces, as it's Pisces season. Happy birthday, Pisces. And let's get a card and see what's the message for you for this full moon. Now, as these are general, they may not resonate with everyone. Please don't force it to fit, okay? If it doesn't sound like your story, then just, it's not your message. Just leave it. But always keep in mind that it could be reversed as well, okay? So, it could be the energy of a person you are dealing with, okay? So, Pisces, what is the message of this full moon in Virgo? What's the message here for Pisces? We've got the dragon, strength and wisdom. Wow. And the mystic circle, your abilities will be enhanced. Wow, that sounds like a really good message, Pisces. Okay, strength and wisdom. You may be called on, okay, to use this, to use your strength and wisdom here. With this mystic circle, there is potential for a lot of good things happening. We'll have the new moon as well in Pisces, so there's new beginnings. Yeah, it seems like you're going to be, you've got the chance to create something new here, something that's going to be better for you. So let's see, Pisces, what's the message here for Pisces? Message for Pisces. Full moon in Virgo, message for Pisces. Knight of Swords, Three of Cups, and what's this? Two of Coins. Okay, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune, Pisces. Wow, like I said, good things happening. We've got double confirmation here, right? Even in this card, it looks like the wheel. So fortune, it could be favoring you at this time. There's opportunities that are going to be coming up. Now you may need to exercise some discernment here, okay, in making these choices. And here's a choice with the Two of Coins. There is a decision coming up, okay? With this Three of Cups and this Knight of Swords, it may be that Pisces, you have made a decision, or you need to make a decision, okay? And it could impact your social circle or your friends, your co-workers. So it's a critical thing, but with this, abilities will be enhanced. It feels like things are looking up for you, okay? Or there's the potential for things to really go your way. So let's see. Where's the Knight of Swords there for Pisces? The Magician, yeah. This is about being honest as well, okay, about what you're trying to do. There's a need to be honest about what you're trying to do. And it's also about being truthful in your intentions, okay? So it's kind of like not doing things that could be seen as underhand, right? With that strength and wisdom, it's about having integrity, acting with integrity. Yeah, just be honest in what you're trying to manifest here. Let's look at the Three of Cups. Yeah, temperance. I think, Pisces, you've got something good going, okay, maybe with your co-workers or your friends, it's all very happy, it's very pleasing, it's light energy. But maybe there's a decision, you've got the chance here maybe to start something new. Let's look at the Two of Coins. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Whatever this ace is for you, right? There's a new passion. You have the chance to go for it, okay? And with this, abilities will be enhanced. It tells me it's going to be really good. We've got the wheel as well. I think the only thing is we've got the Lovers here as under, at the bottom of the deck. So it's about making a choice. You have a decision, and it's about acting with integrity at this time, okay? If you act with integrity, I feel success is yours for the taking, okay? Let's see. Let's look at strength and wisdom. Why is that there for Pisces? Yeah, Nine of Cups, I think it's about... Now, the Nine of Cups is an indulgent energy, right? It can be a little selfish. So Pisces, it's about acting with integrity, as I said, and discernment, okay? you want something new, you're making it up, you have a choice to go for something new, but how, don't be blinded to the consequences, okay? If act with integrity here. Now let's look at the Magician. Why is that there? Yeah, the Tower. See, you could bring this change about, okay, and it's going to be seen as disruptive because right now things are very cozy for you with your friends, your co-workers, whatever. They don't expect you to rock the boat, but it looks like you're getting ready to do that. Let's look at Temperance. Was Temperance there for Pisces? Yeah, Seven of Wands and the High Priestess. Some of you may have been fighting yourselves, okay? Fighting your inner nature, fighting your true self, trying to keep the peace or trying to fit in with people. It feels like fighting who you truly are, okay? And you have a chance now to do something that is much more honest and much more aligned with you, okay? And it's about acting with integrity and doing it, like manifest what you want, but at the same time with the Knight of Swords, it's about being honest. It's not about deceiving these other people, okay? Let's look at that Ace of Cups. Yeah, Ace of Wands. You have a new passion, Pisces, with the world. It's successful completions. You want to see something through and just act with integrity. And I think with this, abilities will be enhanced. You are going to succeed here, okay? Or at least you're heavily favored, okay? So that's what I've got for you, and that's a very good start, I think, to all the readings. So let's get going and move on to Aries. Okay, Aries. What is the full moon in Virgo? What's the message here for Aries? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Aries? Oh, what is this? The Minstrel, it came out reversed. Okay. It says let your intentions be known, but it came out reversed, Aries. And at the bottom of this deck, we've got your secrets are safe. Oh my gosh, Aries, what have you been up to? So it looks like you have a secret, okay? You're not willing to reveal it. Yeah, you're not willing to reveal it. At least for the time being, it feels like the secrets are safe. Let's see what's happening here. Aries, what's the full moon in Virgo bringing up for Aries? Full moon in Virgo, what is it bringing up for Aries? What is the full moon in Virgo bringing up for Aries? Oh, what is this? Five of Swords, Two of Cups, and one more. Eight of Wands with the Chariot. Okay, so this is about moving towards something that you greatly desire. You have a goal. Aries, you're keeping it a secret though. You're not willing to reveal it. And it could be because with this Five of Swords, you are in two minds. You have mixed feelings. You want to move towards something or someone. There's genuine feelings here. Yeah, I don't know, but maybe you are thinking of moving on, okay? Let's see, because it feels like maybe you're moving away from this. Okay, let's see. Let's look at this Five of Swords. Why is that there for Aries? Ten of Cups, yeah. You are conflicted. You are in two minds. Maybe you have split loyalties, Aries. There's someone that you have feelings for, and then there's family. Let's look at the Two of Cups. Yeah, Two of Wands. It's time to choose now between love and family. Okay, why is the Eight of Spears there? Justice, yeah. Yeah, we've got the Eight of Wands again. It's like you want to move forward, but your family ties are kind of holding you back. That's sort of what I'm getting. Okay. Let me get one more card on that Eight of Spears. Where's that there for Aries? Three of Cups. You may want to reconcile with someone that you really care about, okay, Aries, but you'd have to let family, like maybe you live at home or something and you have to leave these people to, maybe you have to relocate. There's movement here though. You do want to move, okay? You do want to move. Let's look at this chariot. Where's that there for Aries? The truth. Okay, you know Aries. You know where you want to go. You know where you're headed. Okay, you know who it is you want. But you know your loyalties to your wider community, your wider circle, your wider your family. That's giving you pause here. Okay, you're feeling pulled in two directions. Let's look at that wyvern. Queen of Swords, yeah. Maybe at this time you feel like you need to keep all the secret because family are not going to support this move, okay? And family could be anything. If it's not actual family, it could be a close-knit community that surrounds you, okay? Your tribe. It feels like they're not going to support this. Let's look at the Ten of Cups. Yeah, King of Pentacles. They could be reliant on you, okay? Financially even. Let's look at the Two of Wands. Queen of Swords, yeah. So I think you recognize that you are at a crossroads. It's time to choose now, right? Maybe whoever or whatever you want to move towards is not going to wait forever. And it's like you need to choose now, okay? Let's look at the Minstrel reversed. Yeah, Three of Swords. I mean, you're not ready to reveal this because you know that it's going to hurt these other people, okay? If it's a relationship, I mean, it could be a third party, okay, definitely. And you know where you want to go, but you have to let go of this family, There's an individual here, this Queen of Swords energy. I think that's the person that you are trying to keep things secret from, okay? But you know what? This Queen of Swords is a wise person. I mean, they're smart, okay? Queen of Swords is a very smart energy. I think they already know. You see how she's looking at the sword here, and there's a butterfly on the sword. This person knows a change is coming. Okay, whether you reveal it or not, they're aware. Okay, they know. So I think it's best to just come out with it honestly. Be honest. I feel like this person already knows. Okay. So that's what I've got for you, Aries. Now, as I said, for some of you, if you are the feminine here, you could be the one who is this Queen of Swords, okay? Or you could be the person that this person wants to move towards. It could be anyone. Yeah, but there's someone here who feels pulled between love and family. That's what I feel, okay? Okay, Aries, so that's your reading. And let's move on to, who's next? Taurus. If it's a third party, I'm not getting really like a spouse that you're leaving. Okay, it might be. It may be for some of you. Okay, let's look at Taurus. What is the message here for Taurus? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Taurus? Message for Taurus. Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Taurus? The Chimera, imagination clouds your judgment. And we've got the Caduceus. You will receive news from afar. Okay. So you could receive news, Taurus, that then clouds your judgment. Okay, I mean, that's possible. Like the news itself could be confusing. Let's see. Taurus, full moon in Virgo. What's the message here for Taurus? What's the message for Taurus? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Taurus? Page of Swords, King of Cups, and the Four of Coins. Okay. With the Ace of Swords. So there is communication of some sort, Taurus. Okay. There's clarity. There's clarity coming. With this Page of Swords as well, you're going to hear something, you're going to learn something, okay? And it's going to be true. It has to do with your feelings and maybe even holding back, okay? Maybe something that you have had feelings for and you've held back. You may be finding something out about it. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's start with this Page of Swords. Why is it there for Taurus? Okay. Taurus, why is the Page of Swords there for Taurus? There's a Page of Swords there. Ace of Swords. Yeah, you've learned the truth here. Okay, it is the truth, whatever you've heard. And you know, behind this caduceus, we've got the golem. So a close friend acts on your behalf. A friend could be conveying this to you, and it is truthful. Let's look at this King of Cups. There's the King of Cups there for Taurus. Seven of Swords. And let's look at the Four of Coins. The Knight of Pentacles. There's some kind of dishonesty when it came to your feelings, Taurus. You could have been dishonest with yourself, okay? With this Chimera, though, it feels like that could be the dishonesty, okay? Because it's very much a Seven of Cups kind of energy. You could have imagined all sorts of things that clouded your judgment, okay? You fooled yourself. You could have held back from somebody. And if it's not a somebody, then it could be a something, okay, that you cared about, like a job, you know, because you had some kind of false belief about it. Let's look at the Four of Coins again. Yeah, Hierophant. You held back, you know, and it had to do with your beliefs as well. But I think there was something wrong about your beliefs here, okay? Let's look at the King of Cups. Yeah, Death. You know, you could have held back from somebody. Taurus, you could have ended the connection because of your beliefs. You know, with this Four of Coins, this Knight of Coins, and the Hierophant, you wanted to do things by the book. Like you're upright, you wanted to do everything by the book, and whatever this opportunity or person or whatever that you had feelings for, you may have felt that there was something like it didn't gel with you, okay, or it didn't gel with your values. Something of that sort. But I think your imagination was clouded here. Let's see. Let's look at this Ace of Swords. What is it? Why is the Ace of Swords there for Taurus? Why is the Ace of Swords there? Death. Yeah, something ended, okay? Something ended in the past for you. You held back from it. Willingly, you could have ended it, right? Or your holding back ended it. And you accepted that ending because you thought that ending was aligned with your values. I think you're coming to realize that's not true. Let's look at the Seven of Swords. Eight of Cups, Four of Swords. You left this behind, okay? You left this behind. It hurt you, right? With that Four of Swords, it's like you withdrew to recover. Let's look at the Death. There's Death there. There's Death there for Taurus. Queen of Cups. Yeah, it ended with someone you love, Taurus, okay? The King of Cups, the Queen of Cups here. And with this Five of Swords, you were very conflicted. Okay, let's look at this Hierophant. Yeah, you were at a crossroads and you moved on. I feel like you moved on. You know, there's something about this person that maybe they're different, okay? Maybe they're not like your usual type, or with some weird belief that you had about this person that it turns out is not true, okay? And you were trying to do things by the book. You thought you'd stick with what you knew. You know, the Hierophant energy is traditional. It's like sticking with what you know. Let me get a card on this Chimera. Let's see, what is this about? Where's the Chimera there for Taurus? Yeah, Three of Cups world. Okay. For some of you, you may have had a belief that this person was in a third party, okay, and so you ended it. Because you're traditional, Taurus, you didn't want to get into a third party, okay? Something like this. But I feel now you're getting very clear about it. You know what you've done here. You know the truth, okay? Let's look at this Ace of Swords. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. You know, I think you see that this would have been good for you, okay? Yeah. you thought this person was, there was going to be a third party of some kind, okay? But actually, I don't think so. Because it feels like you held back from it because you are traditional and you wanted to follow your traditional values, you know. But I think now you recognize that it's time for change. With the Wheel of Fortune as well, this is a fated reconnection and it's good for you. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So whatever beliefs you had about this person, something you believed about them, it wasn't true. Okay, your imagination filled in the blanks here. You may not even have known this person all that well, and your imagination just ran away with you. Okay, so that's Taurus. Let's move on to Gemini. These are just small little snapshots of the energy and some of the issues that you're faced with, okay? They're not super long readings. So, Gemini, let's see. What's the message here for Gemini? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Gemini? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Gemini? Caduceus again. You will receive news from afar with the maiden. The new relationship blossoms. Wow. So Gemini, it looks like you're going to get to hear from someone, okay? And there's a potential for something new here. So I don't think it's an ex, okay? It says a new relationship. So you're going to hear from somebody. You might hear from someone and then that like sparks a connection between the two of you, okay? Okay, so let's see. Gemini, what's the message here for Gemini? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Gemini? What's the message for Gemini? What is the full moon in Virgo for Gemini? 3 of Cups, 9 of Coins, and the Lovers. Wow, okay. So Gemini, it feels like with this 3 of Cups and the 9 of Coins, you're having a great time, okay? Yeah, this is like the picture of fun, right? It's, you're independent, you're solo, you're hanging out with your friends, right? You're just chilling, you're having fun. And with lovers, maybe you're, yeah, maybe things are quite active in that sphere, like you may even have a couple of lovers around you, okay? But there's at least one who may be a potential soulmate. That could be the person that you hear from, okay? It's a new romance. It's not someone you dated. And with this 2 of Coins, it could throw up, it could now lead to a decision for you because, for some of you, you're very happy being single, okay? Having fun, playing the field. But there's a chance for love here, okay? Like something serious with a soulmate. So let's see. Why is the 3 of Cups there for Gemini? Yeah, the Emperor. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Gemini, some of you may have been quite buttoned up, okay, previously. And now it feels like you're just letting loose, okay? You're having fun. Yeah, it feels like someone who was buttoned up and quite, like quite regimented, just having a lot of fun, okay? Let's look at the 9 of Coins. Where's that there for Gemini? 2 of Swords. Yeah. Let's look at the Lovers as well. Queen of Wands. That's the thing. I think Gemini, you're very like attractive, okay, with this Queen of Wands energy, or this could be the energy of whoever the new romance. Okay, there's somebody. It's like if you're the more masculine energy here, then and it's not about gender, okay. But if if it resonates with you that you were the one who's now cutting back and having fun and enjoying being single, okay. Then this person suddenly appears on the scene, this Queen of Wands, and there's a chance to, get something going with them that could lead to something more, okay, with the romance. And some of you may have a decision now about whether you want to be single or not. Let's look at the Emperor. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. It's like you feel like some of you could have felt like you were really buttoned up, you couldn't have fun in the past, that wasn't for you with the Five of Pentacles, it's not something you could do. With the Three of Cups, though, you're enjoying yourself now. Let's look at the Two of Swords. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. And now you're not sure, if you should commit to a relationship with this person. Or should you stay single and play the field, Let's look at the Caduceus. Eight of Coins. Some of you, this could happen at work. But you're going to hear about somebody, maybe even that you've known you may have known this person, okay? Maybe you worked together many years ago or something, but it's not someone you've been in a relationship with, right? And suddenly you hear from them, maybe there's a chance to be in a relationship with them, and suddenly you're not sure should you commit to this. But it feels like there's something good there. Let's look at the Maiden. Five of Swords. Yeah, you're conflicted because some of you are having a very good time, Well, you got to ask yourself, Gemini, if you want to stay in the shallow end of the pool, right? Or do you want to swim into deeper waters? Do you want something more meaningful? Because I think if you want something more meaningful, then, this opportunity is presenting itself. Okay, it's about making that decision to go for it. Okay, so that's you, Gemini. Let's move on to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Full moon in Virgo. What is the message for Cancer? The full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Cancer? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message here for Cancer? Message for Cancer, please. The Gate. A barrier keeps you from your goal, and we've got the Maiden. A new relationship blossoms. Okay. Okay, so it looks like there is a chance for something new here. There's also something standing in the way of this. Okay, so let's see, what is it? What is it? What is the message here for Cancer? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Cancer? Full moon in Virgo. Message for Cancer, please. The Star. Four of Coins. And Death with the Fool. So somebody would like to take a leap of faith here, okay? Come towards you, Cancer, or this is you wanting to go towards someone else. With a Star, they see you, this person has really put you on a bit of a pedestal, okay? As a star, they see you as like this, yeah, I don't know, you got star power now, you've got star power here. And this person has kind of been holding on to you, okay? I think for a while they've been holding on. And I feel like there's things going on in their life, okay, that are changing. Like, it feels like there's some kind of flux going on in their life, but they're still holding on to the idea of being with you, okay? You're the star here. But they'd really like to do this, okay, with the Fool, take a leap towards you. It's a new romance, again, not an ex. But there's something standing in the way here, and I don't know if it's even the fact that you're seen as a star, because again, it looks like you're in a gate kind of a thing, and I'm just wondering if this person is intimidated. Okay, let's see. Cancer. What's the message for Cancer? Full moon in Virgo. Message for Cancer. Let's look at this gate. Why is that gate there for Cancer? There's a gate there for Cancer. Why is that there for Cancer? Death. Yeah. I think this person actually is going through an ending, maybe in their life. Okay. It has nothing to do with you. You're not in a connection with this person. You're not in a relationship with this person. They're going through some kind of turmoil in their life, some sort of major ending, and they're ready to have something new in their life. Okay, they see you, as this person that they could do this. They're holding on to this idea, but with this Four of Coins, this person is in a little bit of a protective stance. Okay, they don't, maybe because of everything that's going on with them, this death energy. Maybe they've just got a lot on their plate and they can't deal with this now. But they do see you, Cancer. They do see you somehow. Okay, maybe you're like leaning out of your window and this person's like driving by, because you know, even this card just looks kind of similar. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Why is a star there for Cancer? Four of Wands. Yeah, some of you could be sitting at your window, like looking out the window in your home. Okay, and this person may be driving by. Let's look at the Four of Coins. The Hermit. Yeah, I think it's this energy. Someone who is introspective. They're introspective, they're cautious. Okay, this person is cautious. Which is why they don't, even though they see you this way, they're not ready to, although they really want to take a chance with you, I don't feel this person is up to it right now because of this death energy. Let's look at death. Is that there for Cancer? Yeah, Three of Swords, King of Swords. You know, this person is, yeah, with the Ten of Wands, something in their life is ending which is very heavy. And it's caused this person a lot of pain. Okay, and with this Three of Swords, they are healing. You know, they are healing. But it's also made them afraid. Okay, it's made them afraid to take a chance. It's made them afraid to take a chance on love. And that's the barrier here, I think. Okay, the fact that something in their life, that they're going through this death energy and it's making them fearful of taking a chance, is what's the gate. That's what I feel. Now let's have a look again. Let's look at this Four of Wands. Yeah, the Tower reversed. They feel like Cancer, you're very stable. That's what I feel with this Four of Wands and the Star. You know, you're this person sees you as being very stable. With this Tower reversed, they feel like they'd be safe with you. Okay, it feels like they feel like nothing's going to shake this up. Yeah, I'm getting like this person feels like you would be a safe relationship, you know, because they've been hurt before. They've been very hurt. This person is a little closed off. Okay, let's look at the Hermit. Where's the Hermit there for Cancer? Six of Pentacles. Yeah, they do feel the same way. They want to share their feelings. They'd like to tell you, you know, how they feel. But I feel with the Seven of Wands, there's also internal resistance to doing this. Okay, and that's the gate. This person's own fears and heartache are keeping them from coming towards you. Now let's look at that King of Swords. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. See, they're a little too detached. Okay, they're a little bit too detached. So I think even if they come towards you with this Page of Pentacles, don't expect this person to wine and dine you from the get-go. Okay, it's like they're not, it's like someone taking baby steps, okay, into a new relationship. They're not ready for anything more, but they do see you as someone safe. I feel in this Tower reverse, they feel like you would be a safe pair of hands, a safe relationship, you know. And of course they have put you on a pedestal with the Star energy. But this person also feels like they could be safe with you. That's what I feel. Well, Cancer, you are a very nurturing energy, right? Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, so it's not a surprise that this person would feel that way. But I mean, at least right now, at the current energy, they don't seem to be ready to make that first step. Okay, they are thinking about it though. So that's what I have for you, and let's move on to Leo. Okay, Leo. Just gonna have a sip of tea. It's an absolutely beautiful spring day here. Okay, so let's see. Leo, what's the message? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Leo? What's the message here for Leo? The full moon in Virgo. What's the message here for Leo? The Queen, love and prosperity. The Golem, a close friend acts on your behalf. Okay. Well, I think that's you, Leo. You are the queen, right? Queen of the jungle. Okay, and we've got this goal and close friend acts on your behalf. I'm not sure what that's about. Yeah, let's see. I'm sure you do have a tight circle of friends. Okay, so someone could be reaching out to help you now. Let's see. Leo, what's the message here for Leo? What's the message for Leo? Message for Leo. Full moon in Virgo. Okay, what's the message here for Leo? Judgment. The Empress. Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Ooh, with the Three of Swords. Okay. Okay. Feels like there's some possible lingering heartache. Okay. With Judgment, there's a huge realization here. The Empress energy, that's that Queen, love and prosperity. Somebody could be having a realization about you. Okay. With this Ten of Pentacles, maybe it has to do with family, long-term stability, a long-term connection. Okay. Let's just see what's going on. Let's clarify a little bit more. Maybe someone sees you this way, Leo. You know, maybe someone who's hurt you. Okay, they now realize that you're like this Empress energy and you're very abundant. You don't need them. Okay, that could be it. Let's look at Judgment. Or is that there for Leo? Three of Wands. Okay, and let's look at the Empress. Six of Cups and the Chariot. Okay. Yeah, this person wants to come towards you. You're someone from their past, okay? They really want to come towards you. They left you behind, I feel, okay, in the past. With this Three of Wands, this person had some kind of expectation about you. But with Judgment, I think they've had a realization of your true worth, okay? You're this Queen of love and prosperity, the Empress energy. And expect communication from this person. I think they are going to try and reach out. Let's look at the Ten of Coins. What is that there for Leo? Star. Yeah, this person is seeking stability. Okay. This person wants stability. With this Knight of Wands beneath now, it could be that this person may have acted a little impulsively, a little quickly in the past. Okay, they could have formed some kind of hasty judgment about you and left you behind, moved on from you, and now they recognize that you're this Empress and everything they could desire. Okay, you come with the Ten of Coins, the Star energy, you know, and now this person may be trying to get a friend involved in trying to reconnect with you. Okay. Ooh, okay, let's look at that Queen. What is that there for Leo? Yeah, Page of Cups and the Moon. See, this person is very afraid of approaching you. They want to reach out. They want to apologize. I think this person owes you an apology. Yeah, the Queen of Wands, that's you, okay? This Three of Swords, this person could have hurt you because they formed some kind of very hasty decision or judgment about you. Now, let's see. Why is this Three of Wands there for Leo? Why is Three of Wands there for Leo? The Devil. See, this is what they were expecting. Leo, they thought, yeah, here you are, strength. You know, this person thought that you were going to be codependent on them. That's what I feel, okay? They thought that you would be a codependent relationship, like you would rely on them, but they've now realized that, hey, you're the Empress and you got your Ten of Coins and you don't need them, you know. So this person may have thought that you would be dependent on them and then they'd be like chained to you or something like that. Let's look at the Chariot. Yeah, see, now they'd like to come towards you. Ace of Cups, Ten of Coins, Ace of Coins. This person wants another chance with you. It's someone you know. It doesn't have to be it may not be an ex because I don't think they even knew you well enough to truly understand your worth at the time that you were dealing with them. Okay, it's only later that they seem to have realized this. Yeah, this person expected you to, that they would be chained into some kind of codependent thing with you. Let's look at the Star. Yeah, 9 of coins, they see you, here you are with the sun, you're radiant, you're single, you're enjoying life, you're financially stable, you've got the star energy. um some of you are like single, ready to mingle, like you're seeing like a huge catch, okay, and now this person's like, oh gosh, what did I do? Why did I let Leo get away? So they could be getting a friend to come and try and break the ice, intercede on their behalf, something like that. But this person is someone who has already caused some pain in your relationship. Okay. Mm. Let's look at that moon. Yeah, see? This person moved on. Okay. They moved on from you with the moon, there's a lot they were unclear about. I think your very essential nature of love and prosperity is what this person didn't see. They do have feelings for you, okay, but they did hurt you by forming some kind of snap judgment. So it's up to you, okay, when this person reaches out, if you want to hear them out. I mean, they certainly made a mistake. They did screw up, but is it something you can forgive? Maybe, right? I mean, they do have feelings for you. So that's what I got for you there, Leo. Let's move on to who's next. Virgo. Okay, full moon in Virgo. What is it bringing up for Virgo? Full moon in Virgo. What is the message here for Virgo? Virgo, full moon in Virgo. Got the Chimera and the Wizard, Virgo. Here you are, okay? It always looks like the Hermit card. Use your skills to aid others. And we've got this Chimera. Imagination clouds your judgment. Now, for some of you, it's possible that you're going through something that it's a confusing time, okay? And you may be relying on someone who you think is wise, okay, to help you. Or it could be reversed, right? You could be acting as some kind of wise counsel for someone else who's confused, okay? Okay. Virgo, what's the message here for Virgo? Page of Cups and two more. Four of Wands and one more. King of Wands with strength. Ooh. Okay, so for some of you, you could be wondering whether you want to propose to somebody, ask them to move in, taking action towards some kind of relationship, okay? And you could be very confused about this at this time, and so you could be relying on other people for advice. Let's see, Virgo. If you're confused, my own instinct is to say hold back, like with strength, restrain yourself, okay? Don't make life decisions from a place of confusion. Okay, let's look at this Page of Cups. Where's it there for Virgo? Where's the Page of Cups there? Where is the Page of Cups there for Virgo? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. There's a new opportunity. Let's look at the Four of Wands, the Magician. And let's look at the King of Spears, the Emperor. Yeah, I think it's time for you to make a choice here, okay? With the Lovers, choices have consequences. So think carefully, okay? Because some of you are thinking of rushing into a commitment, or well, I don't want to say rushing, but you're thinking of a commitment, okay? If it's not a I mean, you could be committing to a job, you could be committing to a property purchase with this Four of Wands. It's something, but you're doing it, okay, with the Magician and the Emperor, you're making it happen, and you're confused. So there is a need to really get some advice here, I think, okay? Oh yeah, I just saw the King of Swords. Maybe even legal advice. For some of you, please, especially if you're buying a house or some tangible asset, definitely get legal advice. Or if you are confused about anything, get legal advice, okay? Let's look at the Ace of Pentacles. What is that there for Virgo? Yeah. Knight of Swords and the Emperor. It's like someone has come and told you that you need to do this, okay? Or you may have learnt about it, okay? You could have heard about a new job, a new a property, whatever, right? And it's like you decide you're thinking of going for this. Okay, if it's a relationship, I mean, people could have told you like, hey, you really should propose to this person, something like that. Let's look at the Magician. Yeah, the Fool. You're taking you're manifesting something that is brand new, and I think you're worried if you're going to take a fall here, Virgo. Okay, see, this is you, the Knight of Pentacles. You're cautious, and this doesn't feel like you. This feels like throwing caution to the winds, and that really isn't you. The Magician manifests, but the Magician manifests from a place of having everything in balance. He's got the sword, he knows the truth, right? Everything's aligned for the Magician. It's not a reckless leap of faith, okay? And I feel like that's what some of you are doing now. You're taking some kind of reckless leap of faith. Let's look at the Emperor. Yeah, Eight of Swords. You're not sure what to do here, Virgo. You're very confused. You're in your fears. Some of you could be telling some people could be telling you like this is too good to pass up, whatever this is, and you should just do it. You should just jump into it. Okay, really, I would advise caution, because I think with this Chimera, it's something's clouding your judgment. Let's look at that. Let's look at the Chimera. Yeah, Queen of Cups. One more. Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you need to be very cautious here, especially if it's a relationship or whatever, right? This Queen of Cups is whatever's, it's a receptive energy, okay? So it's whatever you are rushing towards. You see an opportunity here for something long-term stable, and I mean, I think for some of you, you are confused. Now, I can't tell you for sure whether this is going to work out for you or not. Only you would know that. And you are being asked to seek advice here, okay? If you're purchasing something or if it impacts your finances, please do take legal advice. Let's look at Strength. Why is that there? Yeah, King of Swords. Virgo, really, please. If your finances could be impacted or your assets or something, please do get legal advice. Okay, with Strength, you need to stand firm on that. Like if people are telling you with this Eight of Wands here, the Eight of Wands beneath this, people could be trying to push you into something that you don't know much about. That's what I'm getting. Okay, telling you, hey, quick, this is too good to pass up. You got to invest in this, or you got to buy this, or you got to do this, or you got to whatever it is. You need to hold back and be firm and get all your facts here. Okay, you could take a fall otherwise, because with the Chimera, things are not as they seem. Okay, so be careful. So that's a little warning for you. It's just about exercising caution. Don't let the herd push you along. If you're not completely 100% clear, don't get pushed into doing anything. Okay, so that's Virgo. Let's look at Libra. Full moon in Virgo. What's the message here for Libra? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Libra? What's the message here for Libra? Full moon in Virgo. Oh, got Spirit. Unseen forces watch over you. And then we've got Chimera again. Imagination clouds your judgment. Okay. Unseen forces. Spirit's got your back, Libra, but I think there could be people watching you as well. Okay. Maybe you don't even see these people and they're like focused on you. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Libra. What's the message for Libra? The full moon in Virgo. What's the message here for Libra? What is the message here for Libra? Full moon in Virgo. Ooh. Hierophant. Ten of Swords. And one more. Page of Cups. With the Queen of Swords. Okay. Someone may be coming towards you, Libra. Maybe wanting someone who could have hurt you in the past. Okay, with this Hierophant, someone maybe you were connected to in a commitment. But it ended very badly. Okay, if it was a commitment of some kind, it ended really badly. You could have been really hurt by this person, and they want to come towards you with this Page of Cups. Okay, that could be a confusing time for you with this Chimera. You could be really confused, you know. With the Queen of Swords, there's a need to be very discerning here, and we got Death beneath it. So I think you need to be really discerning with regards to this person, you know. Really focus on the death that happened, the ending of your connection, this betrayal, right? Don't let this person gloss over this, okay? Don't let this person offer this cup, this little cup, for a very big betrayal and try to gloss over it. That's what I'm getting, okay? You need to be very careful and smart here. Okay, so let's see. Libra. Okay, why is a Hierophant there for Libra? Six of Cups, yeah. You could have had kids with this person, whatever, right? Like, you could have been with them for a long time. Let's look at the Ten of Swords. Ooh, now you're single, Libra. You're fine. You're with a star. You're getting attention. Okay, and maybe this person can't handle that. Let's look at that Page of Cups. This is Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles. You know, they don't want you to let go. Okay, they don't. This person is, you know, they've hurt you. Your commitment ended badly. You're now single, or maybe even they wanted to be single and they just ended your connection, right? But they're coming towards you now with this Page of Cups, and they're hoping to turn things in their favor with that Wheel of Fortune. Okay, you could be closed off to this person with this Four of Pentacles, and this person is hoping to change that. They want that to end, you know. Yeah, you see how death is creeping up to this person. Yeah, so there's a change that is looming, okay, and it's behind you. And same thing here with the Queen of Swords and Death behind. That change is looming, and you're being asked to be discerning about it, okay. Be very discerning. Yeah, let's look at this Spirit. Why is that there? Five of Wands. See, this person could even be watching you seriously, okay. With this Five of Wands, they could see that there are other people who are interested in you, and that's making them come back in, okay. Let's look at that Chimera. Why is that there? Yeah, Seven of Swords. This person's sneaky. They're the type, oh yeah, with the Page of Pentacles, any offer they give you is going to be very self-serving, I feel, with the Seven of Swords, okay. Self-serving, sneaky. I feel like they're going to gloss over this big betrayal, okay. The Hierophant and the Ten of Swords, it's a big betrayal, but I feel like this person's going to gloss over it. Well, I think you need to hold their feet to the fire. At least I would with this Queen of Swords energy, okay. Don't let them gloss over what they've done to you. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, with the Five of Swords, see, you know, this person is, you could be conflicted, okay? You could be conflicted. With the Seven of Swords, though, I think you need to see that if you're conflicted, it is self-deception on your part, okay? Because you may be still, you know, willing to give this person the benefit of the doubt, or they could have a way of manipulating you or talking to you or apologizing to you that brings you around, you know. Well, I think you're being urged to be very cautious here, okay. Be discerning, right? See through this person's BS. That's what I'm getting. Let's look at that Spirit again. Two of Cups. You know what? There is a chance for you maybe to have love here, Libra, okay. A really good relationship, and this person is, they're watching you, okay. They could see that there are other people wanting to be in a relationship with you, and they don't like that, okay. They don't like it. I just did a reading for Scorpio. I think it came out today, actually. I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio, but the message was, this is kind of reminding me of that, because the message in that reading was that they're not really sorry, and I'm getting that energy here. This person is not truly sorry for for whatever they did here. Just glossing over things to keep you there, okay? And I think you're being urged to be a little detached, right? Yeah, and be very discerning and recognize that if they betrayed you once like this in such a brutal way, then, what's to stop them doing it again, right? So that's what I've got for you, Libra. It's your choice, though, okay? Okay, let's move on to Scorpio. Just gonna have another sip. Okay, Scorpio, what's the message? Full moon in Virgo. What is the message here for Scorpio? What's the message for Scorpio? Oh, we've got the Oracle, okay, and we've got Earth. Utilize logic, reason, and common sense. Yeah, seek wisdom. So I think it's pretty clear that you're being urged to be rational, slow your horses, okay? Scorpio, you're a water sign. Your emotions could be overwhelming at times. You could get carried away, okay? You're being urged to be cautious and to seek wisdom and guidance. So let's see. Don't get carried away, basically, okay? Okay, Scorpio. Full moon in Virgo. What's the message here for Scorpio? Scorpio, what's the message here for Scorpio? What is the message for Scorpio? Ooh, 9 of Coins. 10 of Cups. 8 of Coins with the Magician. Okay, so some of you really want to manifest something, okay? You want to be single, you want to be independent of family, and you're very focused on this, okay? You're really trying to put in the work to see how you can separate yourself, okay? If it's a job, it's been really happy with this 10 of Cups. These people have felt like family, and you could be thinking of going your own way here, okay? Something like this. There's a lot of focus, and it's telling you to seek guidance here, okay? And not do anything rash, okay? Let's see. Why is the 9 of Coins there for Scorpio? Why is the 9 of Coins there for Scorpio? Yeah, a 9 of Swords. Some of you have to are trying to conquer your fears about becoming free, being a solo. Let's look at the 10 of Cups. Yeah, Magician and the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you want a new opportunity. You see a new chance for happiness. You want to move towards it. Let's look at that 8 of Coins. Star, yeah. Something that you really greatly desire and you want to choose that, okay? It could be a goal, a dream job, whatever. You're really working on it, trying to manifest this, and try to conquer your fears of going for it alone. But it's telling you to seek wisdom and guidance, that there's other people who can guide you now, okay? You don't have to do it by yourself. Let's look at that Oracle. Where's that there for Scorpio? Empress and the 2 of Swords. Yeah, some of you don't know how to do this, okay? It could be a brand new life for you, like for some of you it could be a new life somewhere else, right? Like maybe you have to move or something, okay? And you're not sure how to do this. Well, seek guidance. I'm also just getting, for some it could even be like trying to get pregnant, okay? Some of you want to have a family and you're trying to do it on your own, like you don't have a partner, okay? Something like this, and it's telling you to seek help and guidance. Like you may not know where to start, how to do this. Seek guidance, utilize common sense, okay? Don't get too emotional and carried away with what you're trying to do here. So let's look at this 9 of Swords. There's a 9 of Swords there for Scorpio. The High Priestess, yeah. I think some of you, whatever you're trying to do in secret. We have the Magician again, and I think this is clearly telling you that you don't have to do it by yourself. Okay, you don't have to do it by yourself in secret. There are professionals and smart people who can help you. Let's look at the Magician. Yeah, the Hermit. See, the Hermit is again a loner energy, Scorpio. You could be comfortable just doing things on your own, not really asking anyone else. But I think in this instance, you're being asked to rely on other people. Let's look at the Star. Where's the Star there? Yeah, the Chariot. See, you want to move towards a goal, and you're trying to think of the best way to do this. Well, you can't do it all yourself, okay? Ask these other people. Let's look at the Empress. Seven of Swords. Oh, what is that? Eight of Coins. So, for some of you with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Coins, you could be working on the wrong thing, or you could be focusing on something that isn't quite true, okay? Or, something. So, that's why you need to consult these other people, because they could redirect you, okay? You don't know how to have this new life for yourself, and so you're focusing on the wrong thing, okay, with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Coins, and these people can set you straight, these smart people. Let's look at the Two of Swords. Yeah, Ace of Swords. See, they'll help you see the truth, and they'll help you see things clearly, okay? So Scorpio, it seems pretty clear. You're being urged to, if you're trying to create a new life for yourself or a new path, take advice, okay? That's what I'm getting. And it says wisdom, like wise advice. So it's not about, it's about getting advice from people who have had experience and who know, okay? It's not about just asking anybody, okay? Go to people who are smart, who have that expertise and who can help you, okay? So that's a pretty kind of straightforward message there for Scorpio. Okay, let's look at who's next. Sag. Okay, so Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius. Yeah, and then I think we're done. Okay. I'm going to have a really long upload. Okay, so let's move on to Sagittarius. What's the message? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message here for Sag? Message for Sagittarius. Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Sagittarius? Got the Raven. Darkness looms on the horizon, and the Wyvern. Your secrets are safe. Okay, so there could be something you're doing. We do have this new romance, okay? Some of you could be doing this in secret, starting a new romance, or someone around you maybe, okay? With this Raven, darkness looms. It's if you are tempted to start something in secret, it's going to become heavy, okay? With the darkness looms, all the fun and joy, the lightness that you associated with it will turn into something a lot heavier, okay? So, right, like affairs and stuff, they tend to then become no fun and guilty. People start feeling guilty, right? Things like that. So, yeah, just be careful of what you're doing in secret. Sagittarius, what's the message here for Sag? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Sagittarius? Oh, Two of Swords. Okay. Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Sag? Message for Sagittarius. What is this? Five of Cups and one more. Four of Wands. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I mean, Two of Swords. You're not going to see, you don't see clearly, okay? You're kind of blind to things. There's regret, maybe for being blind, okay? With the Four of Spheres, it feels like a relationship that is solid, stable, could be at stake. So, yeah, I'm really getting this, be careful. Because what you do in secret, especially if you're starting a new relationship, it might seem fun, but it's going to turn heavy, okay? You're going to be filled with regret and guilt. So, yeah. With the Three of Spears, Your future is going to look a lot darker if you go down that path. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's look at this Two of Swords. Why is that there for Sag? Four of Wands. Yeah. Some of you could be in home, in a home life, and it's all like so heavy or mundane or boring, right? And you're wondering whether you should just have this new romance. Okay, let's look at that Five of Cups. Five of Cups again, so just a lot of regret. Let's look at the Four of Spears. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, Tower. If you're committed, please do be careful, okay? Because this could end very badly, and it could be like lifelong regret, okay? Okay. Let's look at that Five of Cups again. Yeah, Eight of Swords. You're going to be trapped in regret. That's what I feel, okay? Let's look at that Raven. Why is a Raven there for Sag? Seven of Cups. See, it's an illusion, okay? This expectation that you had about this, with the Six of Spears, feeling good, feeling like maybe this person, if it's a new secret relationship, they're making you feel good, okay? Making you feel seen, giving you attention. It's light, it's fun. And then until it's not, and then it becomes very heavy. And with the Seven of Cups, it's like if you had realized that this was going to turn out like this, you would have seen that this was just some kind of illusion, a temptation. You wouldn't have blown up your home, okay, with this Queen of Pentacles and the Tower. That's what I'm getting. Because I feel like you have something very stable, Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and you could be upending all of that, okay? So be very cautious here. Let's look at that Five of Cups again. Yeah, Queen of Wands, You could be very worried about this, okay? It's like, this is you, okay? If you're the feminine. Otherwise, this is someone you're dealing with who has had a secret relationship and is now sitting in a lot of regret, okay? Okay, Sag. So that's what I've got for you. Let's move on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. What's the message? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message here for Capricorn? What's the message for Capricorn? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Capricorn? Oh, love. True love and fidelity. And we got the Gate. A barrier keeps you from your goal. I think Cancer had the same thing. So there is a chance for love here, okay? And there's also a barrier standing in the way. Well, I don't remember who said that. Path of true love is never easy, right? That comes to mind. Okay. Let's see. Capricorn. What's the message here for Capricorn? Full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Capricorn? What is the message for Capricorn? Ooh, Ten of Spears reversed. Okay. Nine of Spears and the Queen of Cups. With the Two of Wands. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I mean, there's something that needs to end here. Okay. With this Ten of Spears reversed, it's past its due date, like it's past its expiry. It really needs to go. But with the Nine of Spears, there's reluctance to let it go. Okay. Capricorn, this could be you. Like still hanging on there. Okay. You really need to let it go. And then I think there'll be love with this Queen of Cups, or this could be you if you're a feminine energy, where some of you could be in relationships that are really run its course, okay, and you need to end it. But you could be staying out of some kind of misplaced sense of loyalty, something like this, and that's keeping you from true love. Probably that's blocking true love for you, okay, because you're not making the choice, right? You're being very passive, like you're not making the choice, okay? Let's see. Why is the Ten of Spears reversed? Why is the Ten of Spears reversed for Capricorn? Yeah, Five of Pentacles. it's a situation that really needs to end. And you know, with this Five of Pentacles, Capricorn, it feels like you stayed um, because you felt like you couldn't do better or you couldn't have anything better. Okay, so it's like sticking with what's known. Let's look at the Nine of Spears. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, you know, it's time to let this go. Even death is like creeping up and saying, let go, you know. It's really time to end this. Let's look at the Queen of Cups. Yeah, the Tower. And one more. The Hermit. Yeah, there's regret, you know. I think the thing is, some of you are staying in a comfort zone, or not, it's not even a comfort zone, it's actually a discomfort zone, okay? Because it's very uncomfortable. But you've gotten used to that. You've gotten used to feeling this way. Some of you have been in a place of not having your needs met in whatever relationship you're in or whatever situation you're in, and it's you've just gotten used to it, okay? You've gotten used to it. So you're staying there when you need to be letting it go, you know. And with this Hermit, I also feel like some of you are, or whoever's in this reading feels a bit like a loner, okay? They have a chance to bring about change here to this dynamic, okay? To have true love. But this goal, I mean, this gate, the barrier is still clinging on, you know, is still not being able to wrap up things that should have been wrapped up. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Let's look at this love. There's a love there. There's love there for Capricorn. Yeah, Page of Cups, you know. You, maybe this Queen of Cups, you know, you really want to move towards this person, okay? Or someone wants to move towards you, Capricorn, but they're so used to staying in a feeling of lack that they almost can't bring themselves to do this. Let's look at the Tower. Yeah, Knight of Swords. They need to follow their own truth, okay? They need to, if this is someone else, right, who is sitting in this discomfort, then they need to come towards you. They need to take action, and they're not doing it. Let's look at the Hermit. Yeah. Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. You know, this person is too focused on, yeah, with the Six of Wands, maybe what other people think of them, okay, they have an image of being like a long-suffering spouse, okay, or a long-suffering partner, and they become comfortable in their suffering, basically, okay. The suffering has become like a comfort zone. Let's look at the Five of Pentacles. Death, yeah, there needs to be an end here to this feeling of lack. They need to close something out in order to choose this other path, to choose love. And until they do that, this just can't move forward. Let's look at that Four of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Swords. You know, it's like there's already been heartache. This person is just hanging on. It's time to close this out. Reminds me a little bit of the Cancer read, right? Where somebody was holding back because they needed to close out something else. They were going through a death energy. In this case, it feels like this person is not yet ready. Okay, they're still resistant. You know, they need to end something. Yeah. See, with this Six of Pentacles reverse, they need to tell people that whatever situation they are in isn't working for them. Okay. But they can't seem to do that, and so true love is being blocked. Okay, yeah, so I hope this isn't you, Capricorn. Okay, I hope you're not the one who's sitting in this uncomfortable position. But if it's not you, it's somebody who would like to be with you, okay, but they can't. Right now it feels like they're just comfortable thinking about it. Okay, so let's move on to Aquarius. Full moon in Virgo. What's the message here for Aquarius? Message for Aquarius. full moon in Virgo. What's the message for Aquarius? Message for Aquarius. The sun, your perseverance is rewarded, and we have mystic circle. Your abilities will be enhanced. Wow. Okay, so if you keep working at something, Aquarius, you're going to be successful, okay? And you're going to be way better off than you were before. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so Aquarius, full moon in Virgo. Message for Aquarius. What is the message here for Aquarius? Knight of Cups. King of Coins. And the Empress, yeah. So it's about putting your attention towards building up financial stability, okay? And with the Empress, you know, your abilities are enhanced. The Empress is an amazing leveling up, right? It's taking things to a whole other level, okay? And it says your perseverance is rewarded. Some of you, I mean, you could be trying to move to, you know, trying to commit to somebody, okay, that you see as an Empress energy. They've got their back turned to you if that's the case. If you're this King of Coins, this person has their back turned to you. Because they're an Empress. They may not even be looking for a partner, okay? And some of you are just being persistently proposing to this person, okay, like regularly. Well, you know what? If you're doing that, I think you will be successful. Like at some point, this Empress will say, fine, you know. No, I mean, I think it'll work out. Let's see. If it's a job or something else, then keep working at this opportunity. It's going to lead to great things. Let's look at that Knight of Cups. Where's that there for Aquarius? Wheel of Fortune. Wow. What a lucky card to get. So Aquarius, there's a lot of change coming, right? There's good things coming your way, basically. Okay, let's look at that King of Coins. How is that there? Yeah, Six of Cups. You know, it's some of you do want to commit to this Empress energy. Let's look at the Empress. Five of Cups reversed. For some of you, this is a commitment from you. Like you may even want to go back to someone from your past. Okay, trying to change things with them because you may have lost this person and recognize now that they're an Empress. For some, like they could even be the mother or father of your kids. Okay, something like that. If it's not that, then they're just someone maybe that you knew from a while back. Okay, and you have missed this person a lot. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity, person, whatever. And you're going to keep trying. Let's look at the Sun. Yeah, the Sun again. So there's happiness. There's, you know, there's great fortune. Why is that Three of Swords there? Why is that Three of Swords there? For Aquarius, where's the Three of Swords? Ooh, the Hierophant. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for some of you, you may have been committed to this person in the past, and you know, it's like you really miss them. You want to go back to them, okay? Or if it's not a commitment, then whatever, you knew them, and you're just going to be very persistent. And I feel like this person has got their back turned to you a bit, okay? If you hurt this person, like you want a commitment with them, then yeah, they definitely have their back turned to you, okay? But you don't want to regret. I mean, you do regret leaving them behind, and so you're going to be persistent. Okay, so let's see. Or this is them towards you. Okay, let's look at the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, Queen of Wands. Somebody wants to turn things around with you, Aquarius. Okay, if you're with the Empress again, you know, you're sitting pretty. You're successful. Okay, and this person is hoping to turn things around. Let's look at the Six of Cups. The Hanged Man and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I think this is someone who they feel differently. Let's just say they feel differently. They left you behind, okay, and they feel differently about it. Let's look at the Five of Cups reversed. Yeah, this person is mourning the loss of whatever relationship they had with you. Okay, if it was long term. And they're going to keep coming back. Let's look at that Hierophant. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. I mean, the thing is, this person is very focused on commitment with you, Aquarius. Let's look at that Hanged Man. What's the Hanged Man there? Moon. And Death. The ending that they had with you, whatever it is, you know, if you're the Empress energy, then this person could have ended things with you, and maybe you weren't even clear why they did it. Okay, you weren't clear, and then with this, but this person is sort of, it's like you've got your back turned. You don't even see them. Okay, you're just focused on the future. You're maybe working on your, money, and there's a lot of regret from this person. Okay, towards you. Okay, why is that mystic circle there? Page of Swords. This person has learned something about you, okay? And now they want to act. Let's look at that moon. Why is that there? Where's the moon there for Aquarius? Four of Wands. And the Knight of Wands. This person may even try to move you very quickly into some kind of commitment, okay, or try to move in with you. I'd be a little careful about that. Especially if they've hurt you, I would be very careful about that, okay? Because I feel like their abilities will be enhanced by getting in a connection with you if you're the Empress energy. I don't know that your situation would improve greatly, okay? Yeah, so I'd be a little cautious here if you're the Empress. Okay, this person recognizes that you're the Empress energy and they want to level up, from the King of Coins. They want something new, okay? They're not coming up as an Emperor. So, yeah, I'd be a little cautious here. Yeah, this is someone who may have let you go in the past with the Four of Cups and the Nine of Cups, okay? And now they desire what they rejected in the past, okay? With the Lovers, they could have had a choice. They didn't choose you. This is someone who didn't choose you in the past, okay? They've got a lot of regret though because they realize you're this, Empress who's got it all going on, okay? So I would be I'd be cautious here because especially this person has hurt you before. As I said, you may not get much out of it, okay? But they will definitely level up, okay? So that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. So be careful. All right. So, and I think we did Pisces. We started with Pisces. So yeah, so that's everybody. So I do hope you enjoyed these readings. They're kind of brief. Just a little energy checks of what's going on for each sign. Okay. And please let me know if any of it resonates, any of your placements. And I would always advise watching multiple placements as well. Because sometimes your moon or your rising could resonate a lot more than your sun sign. Okay. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you soon.